सहनाववतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं कर्वावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। ॐ गणानां त्वा गणपतिगं हवामहे कविं कवीनामुपमश्रवस्तमं ज्येष्ठराजं ब्रह्मणां ब्रह्मणस्पत आनशृण्वन्नोतिभिस्सीदसादनम्। ॐ श्रीमहागणपतये नमः। सरस्वती नमस्तुभ्यं वरदे कामरूपिणी विद्यारम्भं करिष्यामि सिद्धिर्भवतु मे सदा। गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णुः गुरुर्देवो महेश्वरः गुरुरेव परं ब्रह्म तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्परां। श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानाम् आलयं करुणालयं नमामि भगवत्पाद शङ्करं लोकशङ्करं। समस्तजनकल्याणि निरतं करुणामयं नमामि चिन्मयं देवं सद्गुरुं ब्रह्मविद्वरं सद्गुरुं ब्रह्मविद्वरम्। नारायणं पद्मभुवं वसिष्ठं शक्तिं च तत्पुत्रपराशरं च व्यासं शुकं गौडपादं महान्तं गोविन्दयोगीन्द्रमथास्य शिष्यं श्रीशङ्कराचार्यमथास्य पद्मपादं च हस्तामलकं च शिष्यं तं तोटकं वार्तिककारमन्यान् अस्मद्गुरून् सन्ततमानतोऽस्मि। व्यासं वसिष्ठनप्तारं शक्तेः पौत्रमकल्मषं पराशरात्मजं वन्दे शुकतातं तपोनिधिं। व्यासाय विष्णुरूपाय व्यासरूपाय विष्णवे नमो वै ब्रह्मनिधये वासिष्ठाय नमो नमः। अचतुर्वदनो ब्रह्मा विबाहुरपरो हरिः अभाललोचनः शम्भुः भगवान् बादरायणः भगवान् बादरायणः। ॐ भद्रं कर्णेभिः शृणुयाम देवाः भद्रं पश्येमाक्षभिर्यजत्राः स्थिरैरङ्गैः स्तुष्टुवागंसस्तनूभिः व्यशेम देवहितं यदायुः। स्वस्ति न इन्द्रो वृद्धश्रवाः स्वस्ति नः पूषा विश्ववेदाः स्वस्ति नस्तार्क्ष्यो अरिष्टनेमिः स्वस्ति नो बृहस्पतिर्दधातु। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। 53rd श्लोक। इन लोगों ने 53rd तक देखा था शायद। 252 पेज नंबर। द्रव्यं द्रव्यस्य हेतु स्यात् अन्यद् अन्यस्य चैव हि द्रव्यत्वमन्यभावो वा धर्माणां नोपपद्यते। द्रव्यं द्रव्यस्य हेतु स्यात् अन्यदन्यस्य चैव हि द्रव्यत्वमन्यभावो वा धर्माणां नोपपद्यते। एवं न चित्तजा धर्माः चित्तं वापि न धर्मजम् एवं हेतुफला जातिं प्रविशन्ति मनीषिणः। एवं न चित्तजा धर्माः चित्तं वापि न धर्मजम् एवं हेतुफला जातिं प्रविशन्ति मनीषिणः प्रविशन्ति मनीषिणः। एक मिनट थोड़ा सा होल्ड करिए ना, एक मिनट में आ रही हूँ। So yesterday we saw the meaning of the shlok number 53. Dravyam dravyasya hetu syat. So any matter only can be the cause of any other matter. So a matter comes from the matter only. If a matter is being created, it is created from some matter. And anyad anyasya chaivahi, that cannot come from its own. A pot cannot be generated from a pot. There has to be some other matter than itself to be created. So if something is created, then it has to have some other cause other than itself. So here two things have been refuted, dravyatvam and anyatvam. Dravyatvam and anyatvam. So dravyatvam anya bhavo va dharmanam nopapadyate. So everything is here, everything is one with that Atma only. So being one with that Atma only, there is no anyatvam there. So nothing can come out from there. Is this clear? See, Atma is one with everything in this world. And here, the postulate that has been said, has been expressed is that we need two things at least. I mean, some other thing for some other thing to be born. For B to be born, we need A. So we need two things. For B to be born, we need A. So here, when only A is there, so how can B be born? So Atma only alone is there. So we need something other than that Atma also, but it is not there. So here, Anyatva and Dravyatva, everything in that Dravyatvam Anya Bhavova Dharmanam Nopapadyate. So Atma is not a Dravya also. Atma is not, and it is one with everything also. So there is no different thing than the Atma, so nothing can be born. Here it is, see, they are thinking from all the angles. We are not able to think from this angle. So he is helping us in the seat of meditation that you think whenever the reality troubles you or reality of anything, you are getting affected by those things, then we should continuously think about these logics also to prove the reality. Tell our mind. The problem is that we are very, very identified to our mind right now. So when we are identified to our mind, at that time, what will happen? Mind won't listen because mind will say, everything, whatever I'm seeing, that is right only. We have to separate our mind a little bit. When we start separating our mind a little bit, then the mind comes in a position to at least listen to us for a while. And that is the first step. If you remember yesterday, little bit of reduction in rag desh was required. If rag dvesh is reduced a little bit in the first step, then that is the first step towards when I am receding back from my mind. I'm not too much into my mind. I'm not getting too much identified with the mind. At present, I'm too much identified with the mind. And that is why this thing happens. That is why thing happens. So dravyatvam anya bhavova dharmanam nopapadyate. So now let us come to the bhashya. Aje ajam ekam atma tattvam sthitam tatra yairapi karya karana bhava kalpate tesham dravyam dravyasya anyasya anyad hetu karanam syat natu tasyaiva tat. So we have to underline this statement, Ajam Ekam Atma Tattvam Iti Sthitam. So this Atma is what? This Atma is Ajam, this Atma is Ekam, this being so, Iti Sthitam, this being so. What being so? That the Atma being one and Atma being unborn, Ajam and Ekam, this being so. Tatra yehi api karyakarana bhavaha kalpyate. Those who imagine karyakarana bhav in that there is a cause and effect bhav in that, kalpyate, any matter, kalpyate, tesham dravyam dravyasya anyasya anyad hetu karanam syat. Any matter can any matter alone can be the cause of some other matter. So, and there has to be some other matter than itself. Like gold cannot be the cause of gold. Gold comes from Prithvi. Similarly, diamond cannot be the cause of diamond. Diamond comes from carbon. So in this way, everything has some other reason. Seed cannot be the cause of the seed. The tree is the cause of the seed. So here he is saying that whatever we see in this world, there has to be two things for being cause and effect. And when only the Atma is there, then how will you prove the cause and effect relationship there? Very simple. There is nothing to be afraid of this. Na api dravyam, na api adravyam kasyachit karanam swatantram drishtam loke. They're not also, which is not a matter, it can't be cause of something in this world. It is not a matter, adravyam. If something is adravyam, it cannot be the cause of anything. So, na cha dravyatvam dharmanam atma nam upapadyate anyatvam va kutaschid yena anyasya karanatvam karyatvam va pratipadyeta. Na cha dravyatvam. There is no dravya, na cha dravyatvam dharmanam. Dharmanam here means atmanam. See, atmanam upapadyate. I had told you in the Moolam that here dharmanam means atmanam. Yesterday I had told you. Atmanam. So here it is not Jivaha. It is talking about the Atma. So nacha dravyatvam, there is no dravya in that Atma, in the dharmanam, in that Atma. And anupapadyate anyatvam va kutaschit. And anyatvam is also not there in Atma because Atma is one with everything in this world. So there is nothing other than that Atma that we can count in. कुतश्चित् येन अन्यस्य कारणत्वं कार्यत्वं वा प्रतिपद्येत. So there is nothing other than, so then how can we bring in some other cause and other effect to prove the world or to prove any dravya in here? So we cannot find any dravya other than that Atma because Atma is one with everything. So we cannot prove the existence of anything in this world. This is what is said. Ataha adravyatvat anyatvat cha. Therefore, because of these two reasons, see, anyatvat, when there is fifth case like this, anyatvat and adravyatvat, which is given the hetu, cause. Therefore, because this Atma is adravya and ananyatvacha, it is ananya, because it is one with everything in this world. Na kasyachit karyam karanam va atma ityartha. Therefore, it cannot be the cause or effect of anything in this world. See how he gives reasons. Because he sees the principles in the world, we also see, we also notice it. But we do not postulate a principle for our life. We do not do that. And that is why we are stuck up somewhere. But he has helped us in this, Karikakarji, and he wants us to have these principles ready in our hand so that whenever we are affected by the reality of these things, by the dravya, we can ask that what is the cause of this dravya? Is the cause of this dravya logically proved? Nothing can be proved in this world because Atma, if everything comes out from Atma, Atma is alone only, and here we need two things at least for Karya and effect. Sorry, Karya and Karan, cause and effect. So nothing can come out. Is this clear? Is this shlok clear? I have allowed you to unmute. Please tell me if it is clear. If it is not clear, I'll explain again. Please unmute yourself and tell me fast.
Please explain again.
Okay. See, anything, two things are said here. Any dravya is the cause of any other dravya. Like I told you the example of gold. You can take the example of silver. You can take the example of diamond. You can take the example of crops. Anything, whatever you see, there is some other cause to that dravya. You see gold. Gold does not come out from gold itself. Prithvi generates gold. Similarly, diamond comes from the carbon. Similarly, petrol comes from the earth. Everything, whatever you see in this world, the crops, the trees, everything has another cause. First. Second is that cause is other than itself. Mud cannot generate mud. So it is other than itself. So Anyatvam is there. Though the Prithvi is the cause of the Prithvi is the cause of the gold. So Prithvi is different and gold is different. Prithvi can't generate Prithvi. These are the two principles. Is this clear? This much only. Two things, Dravyatvam and Anyatvam. Dravya, it has to be two things for creation, and there has to be Anyatvam also. Anyatvam means other than that. In this way, two things are required, and there has to be a Dravya. Now, second line says that Atma cannot be called a Dravya also. Atma is not Dravyam, it is Adravya. So nothing can come out from it because it is unborn. It is Aj. Ajam and Ekam. And there is no Anya in Atma also because it is going through each and everything. So this second principle also is being refuted, that there is nothing other than itself. So how can something come from that Atma? Because we need another Atma, another Atma for Atma to be born. So Anyatvam is also not there, and Dravyatvam is also not there in Atma. And therefore, whatever is seen, whatever is created, everything that is seen, that is all an illusion. So nothing can be created because there is no Anyatvam and there is no Dravyatvam in Atma. Dravyatvam, Anya Bhavo va, Dharmanam no papadyate. Dharmanam means Atmanam. So in the Atma, these two things are not possible in any case. So therefore, nothing can come out from that Atma, this is said. Is this clear now? Clear? Okay. So let us go to the 54th shloka. I had read this already. Evam na chittaja. He is continuously now refuting everything. Okay. So evam na chittaja dharmaha chittam vapi na dharmajam. He is saying the external objects are not born from the Atma. By dharmaha means what? Atma atirikta dharmaha, bahya vishayaha, all the other objects. The other objects, dharmaha here means again, other objects outside, they are not chittaja. Chittaja means they are not born from that Atma. Chittam vapina dharmajam. And the chitta, the mind is also not born from, which is of the nature of consciousness, is not born from the external objects. First line means what? The external objects are not created by the Atma, and the mind or the Atma is not created by the external objects. Is this line clear? External objects are not created by the Atma, and Atma is not creating the external object. Both the ways. So whole attempt is what? To take away the reality of the world. It is so much fixed in our mind. So they are taking out that reality. Evam hetu phala jatim pravishanti manishinaha. Evam means in this way, therefore, hetu phala, phal ajatim, non-birth. Ajatim means non-birth. So hetu and phal, of the cause and that effect, the chitta and that object. Chitta is not the cause and the object is not the effect. Similarly, chitta is not the effect and object is not the cause. These two things. Ajatim pravishanti manishinaha. When both of them are not possible, so it is ajati only. So both of them are not born at all. So ajatim pravishanti manishina. Manishina means here wise people or the Vedantis or the person who thinks properly, logically. So they pravishanti. Pravishanti means here, please come to the Tippani number 2. See on pravishanti there is a 2 written there. So come to the Tippani number 2. It is said Nischinvanti ityartha. Wise person ascertains like that. Nischinvanti. They ascertain, they come to conclusion, they conclude, they have big conclusions. Who Manishinaha, one who is a thoughtful person who thinks with logics. He comes to ascertain that there is no cause and effect in this world, so it is all ajati only. Is the meaning clear? Meaning is clear? एवं यथोक्तेभ्यः हेतुभ्यः आत्मविज्ञानस्वरूपमेव चित्तमिति न चित्तजा बाह्यधर्मः नापि बाह्यधर्मजं चित्तम् विज्ञानस्वरूप आभासमात्रत्वात् सर्वधर्माणाम् एवं यथोक्तेभ्यः in this way evam means in this way as I had yathoktebyah, as I have already said, hetubhyah atmavijnana swarupameva, there is no cause and effect between that atma and the object. We have already said here in the 53rd sloka that there is no dravyata also and there is no anyatvam also. So therefore, there is no cause and effect possible between the atma and the object. Atma-vijnana swarupameva chittamiti na chittaja. From that chittam, from the chittaja bahya dharmaha napi. So that the outside objects cannot be born. The external bahya dharmaha means external objects. Bahya vishayaha. The external objects. So bahya dharmaha here means atma atirikta dharma, apart from that atma, whatever objects we are seeing around us, apart from that atma atirikta dharma, they are not born from the chitta. Chittaja na chittamiti chittaja bahya dharma napi. And bahya dharmajam chittam, from that external object, chitta is not born. Simple, very simple. Both vice versa. The external objects are not born from the chitta, and the chitta is not born from the external objects. Actually, you know whom they are refuting? Yeah, refuting Nyaya and also Charvak also. Charvak also says that the external objects, because of the external objects only, when I see the external objects, the mind is there, otherwise it is not there. Charvak. So here also, they are saying Charvak says objects come from Atma. First object was there and then mind and of Atma have come later on. So Vijnana Swarupa Abhasa Matratvat Sarva Dharmana, because this is of the nature of Chaitanya only. Vijnana Swarupa Abhasa Matratvat Sarva Dharmana. So Chittam is reflected, the reflected consciousness only. The mind or the Chittam is the reflected consciousness only. So एवं न हेतोः फलं जायते नापि फलाद् हेतुरिति. So from chitta, from the chitta, that object cannot be born, and from the object, chitta cannot be born. From the phal hetu cannot be born, from the hetu phal cannot be born. It is just a mental gymnastic. If you know the principle, all this is very simple. जाते नपि फलात् हेतु रीति हेतु फलयोर अजाते है अजाते हेतु फला जाते प्रविशन्ति अध्यवस्यन्ति इति. So when they are refuting that the external objects cannot be born from the mind and the mind cannot be born from the external objects, in this way they are asserting firmly or believing firmly. Pravishanti means what? Adhyavasanti. Adhyavasanti means firmly they believe that nothing can be born. So therefore chitta and objects both are unborn. Ajatim phal hetu phala jatim. So they are unborn. Both of them are unborn. But they are so troublesome. Isn't it? The mind is so troublesome. The objects outside are so troublesome. Only because we have made our mind like that. If we look at our mind in the essential form, the form of the consciousness alone, then it is not disturbing. But the actual essence is not disturbing, but the nature of the mind is whatever we make. It is up to us what type of mind we make, we generate. That is all depending on our habits. As is our habit, so will be our mind, so will be the thought procedure. People are there who like to live in solitude, and people are there who get depressed in solitude. Both have their own minds only, and it is all habit, nothing else. There are people, you only, some of you must be liking solitude a lot, and some must be liking actions a lot. Some must be meditative, a lot of meditation. Some must be puja oriented. Some must be bhakti oriented. It depends how we have made our mind. It all depends upon that. So here also he is saying that these people firmly believe that there cannot be any reason, any cause for the the cause of this world to be born, because I am not getting any cause in this world. So it is not born at all. This has been said. Atmani, last line. Atmani hetu phalayoho abhavameva pratipadyante brahmavida ityarthah. Atmani means in that self. Hetu phalayor abhavameva. There is absence of hetu and phal, cause and effect. So chitta and chitta vishay, cause and effect, all these are absent in that Atma. There is no part in that Atma. There is no space, time in that Atma. So how can it be divided into two? Pratipadyante Brahmavida ityarthaha. So outside objects cannot come from the mind, and Atma cannot uh, come from the external objects. So this itself means that external objects are not there, only Atma is there, and nothing can be born. If you can't prove cause of anything, everything is false only here. There is no concrete proof of anything that is real in this world. Nothing. Nothing is real. So that is why it is saying Brahma Vidaha means this wise person sees causelessness in birth, causelessness in creation, causelessness in his mind, causelessness in the objects outside, causelessness in everything. There is no cause. So in this way, we end this 54th shlok also. It needs a lot of manan. It needs a lot of dharana. It needs a lot of nididhyasan. So, did anybody do in the morning a little bit of sadhana? In the morning, did anybody, the 5 steps that I had asked you to do, the 5 steps? What were the 5 steps? Who will tell me? Yesterday we discussed about the 5 steps. You can unmute yourself and tell me. Hmm? The 5 steps yesterday.
थोड़ा राग कम करना है, राग द्वेष थोड़ा कम करना है.
Yes. कैसे
फिर
कम करेंगे राग द्वेष को हम लोग?
चिंतन करके ही होगा.
क्या चिंतन कर सकते हैं राग द्वेष को कम करने के लिए? मेरे पौत्र से या पोते से बहुत ज्यादा अटैचमेंट है. मैं उसके बिना नहीं रह सकता हूँ. तो यहाँ पे मैं कैसे कम करूंगी?
अभी इतना
Reduce all attachment.
है?
Reduce all attachment.
नहीं
Reduce all attachment.
नहीं, वही तो आई एम आस्किंग यू हाउ टू रिड्यूस ऑल अटैचमेंट.
ये तो हम देख ही रहे हैं ना कि सब वस्तुएं नष्ट हो रही हैं.
Due to meditation, due to
meditation?
शम और दम से हो सकता है. शम है और दम है.
all
शम और
bitty
दम.
we said to eliminate. All bitty.
नहीं,
शम और दम. शम और दम से कैसे करेंगे? शम और दम मतलब भी शम मतलब होता है कंट्रोल ऑफ माइंड. दम मतलब होता है कंट्रोल ऑफ इंद्रिय, सेंसेस. उसको ही तो बात है ना. उसको हम कंट्रोल कैसे करेंगे? मेडिटेशन में क्या देखेंगे? आप सब लोग मुझे प्रोसेस बता रहे हैं, पर उस प्रोसेस में जैसे हम बैठेंगे वहां पे हम क्या करेंगे ये नहीं बता रहे, हम कैसे
मार्क्स
काम करेंगे।
हम सृष्टि को ऑब्जेक्ट करके देखें,
हाँ,
सृष्टि को ऑब्जेक्ट करके देखें।
ऑब्जेक्ट करके देखें वृत्ति को, ये सेकेंड स्टेप हो गया।
अच्छा,
फर्स्ट में ही हमको
पहले
जब राग द्वेष कम करना है तो हम लोग
हाँ,
राग द्वेष को
पहले
कैसे कम करेंगे।
एवरीथिंग एज सृष्टि।
ये सेकेंड स्टेप है
सेकंड
गीता
स्टेप है,
का।
थर्ड ही है।
नित्य और अनित्य का विवेक हो,
हाँ,
नित्य और अनित्य का विवेक हो, और उसके बाद में मन में वैराग्य की भावना हो,
हाँ,
तभी
तो
आगे बढ़ सकता
वेरी
है।
गुड। तो नित्य और अनित्य का विवेक करना हम शुरू करेंगे कि ये तो अनित्य है, ये कैसा बना हुआ है, ये उसको हम देखेंगे। कल मैंने आप लोगों को बताया था, एक होता है ईश्वर सृष्टि और एक होता है मनुष्य सृष्टि, याद है आप लोगों को। तो ईश्वर कृति को हम देखेंगे कि हाँ ये जो भी बना हुआ है भगवान ने बनाया है, ठीक है, पर उसमें जैसे ही हम अपना मन अपना ममत्व डाल देते हैं वो चीज गड़बड़ हो जाती है, उसमें हमारा राग द्वेष आ जाता है, उसको कम करना है। तो हम उसको एज इट इज देखे, भूत के रूप में ही देखे, पंच महाभूत का ही बना हुआ है ये, और ये मेरे जो मेरा पंच महाभूत है जो मुझे मिला हुआ है उससे ये डिफरेंट नहीं है। उसमें राग क्या द्वेष क्या क्या चीज की, तो इसमें राग द्वेष की जरूरत ही नहीं है।
हम क्या था नारायण।
ठीक है, अब
अम्मा
सेकेंड
एक
स्टेप
चीज
पे
और
आएंगे।
थी,
हाँ,
अम्मा एक चीज और थी कि जैसे ये पहले बताया है कि धर्मा, तो धर्म के बारे में वो बताता है वो आत्मा है, फिर वहीं पर आप फिर बोलते हैं कि चित्त है, तो चित्त भी आत्मा है, तो वो है विज्ञान, तो विज्ञान को भी आप आत्मा बता रही है, तो ये बड़ा कंफ्यूजन है तीनों चीजों का, आत्मा
इस
से सुना।
यहीं पे ही हमको भाष्य मदद करता है। भाष्य में ही दिया हुआ है हर एक जगह पे कि उस धर्म का मीनिंग क्या है। जैसे गीता में भी कई जगह पे समाधि शब्द आया हुआ है, तो कई जगह पे समाधि का मतलब आत्मा है, कई जगह पे समाधि का मतलब लिटरली ध्यान करना है, कई जगह पे समाधि मतलब निर्विकल्प समाधि भी है। वैसे ही यहाँ पर भी धर्माहा का अलग 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 मीनिंग दिया हुआ है, और वो हमको भाष्य में मैं आपको दिखा भी रही थी हर जगह पे। ये देखिए भाष्य में लिखा हुआ है आत्मानम, भाष्य में लिखा हुआ है ऑब्जेक्ट, भाष्य में लिखा हुआ है जीवाहा। तो ये सब भाष्य के ही मदद से हम लोग समझ सकते हैं कि कहाँ पे कारिकाकार क्या मीनिंग बताना चाह रहे हैं, और वो लॉजिकली भी फिट बैठता है। तो इसलिए हम लोग नहीं बताते हैं, ये भाष्य में जहाँ पे लिखा हुआ है वो उस हिसाब से ही धर्म का मीनिंग जो है वो चेंज हो जाएगा। ठीक है, ठीक है। अच्छा, अब सेकेंड स्टेप क्या था हमारा। फर्स्ट स्टेप में राग द्वेष कम करना था, सेकेंड स्टेप में क्या था।
संसार में सब द्रव्य सब वृत्ति तो हैं,
ठीक है,
सबको देख के वृत्ति बनती है मन में।
ठीक है। थर्ड स्टेप, थर्ड स्टेप क्या था।
वो वृत्ति ज्ञान
ज्ञान स्वरूप।
हाँ, थर्ड स्टेप हो गया कि वृत्ति को भी हम लोग ज्ञान रूप में देखें कि वृत्ति जो है दैट इज नथिंग बट नॉलेज। फोर्थ स्टेप,
ज्ञान चेतना से नहीं आ सकता।
हाँ, जो नॉलेज है वो अगर हमको आ रहा है, त्रिपुटी का जो विज्ञान है वो पॉसिबल नहीं है। और नॉलेज जो है वो उससे ही एक ही है, एक ही नॉलेज है, आई एम जस्ट बीइंग दैट। और इसीलिए फिफ्थ स्टेप क्या होगा, सीइंग एवरीथिंग एज
सारा
गॉड,
जगत मिथ्या है।
सब कुछ।
अच्छा,
कितना आसान है ना, हमने 5 स्टेप में सब उड़ा दिया। पर जब सामने आता है तो कितना मुश्किल हो जाता है। इसको प्रैक्टिस करने से बड़े बड़े महात्माओं ने किया भी है ना।
अम्मा फिर से मैं रिपीट करूं एक बार, पहली चीज है कि वस्तु नहीं है, फिर उसकी वस्तु से ही देखने से वृत्ति आती है, तो वृत्ति भी नहीं है। वृत्ति से ज्ञान होता है और
नहीं,
ज्ञान है
वृत्ति से
ये
ज्ञान नहीं
मिथ्या है।
होता है। वृत्ति से ज्ञान होता है ऐसे नहीं बोलेंगे, हम बोलेंगे वृत्ति इज नथिंग बट ज्ञान।
अच्छा,
वृत्ति जो
वृत्ति
है
ही ज्ञान
क्योंकि
है।
जड़ है, हाँ वृत्ति जो है वो तो जड़ है, तो वृत्ति क्या
और
है, वो
ज्ञान,
ज्ञान।
और यहाँ ज्ञान, वृत्ति का जो ज्ञान है वो मिथ्या है, वो केवल आभास है।
हाँ वो कॉन्शियसनेस है, वहां पे अगर जड़ में नॉलेज अगर आ रहा है, वो नॉलेज जो है वो चित चित्त का है, चित्त चित्त नहीं, चित्त चित्त का है, तो चित्त कॉन्शियसनेस ही है। तो कॉन्शियसनेस क्या है, वो कॉन्शियसनेस जो है वही सब कुछ है, तो बाहर की सारी चीजें जो भी है सब मिथ्या है और कुछ नहीं।
फोर्थ क्या है?
फोर्थ है नॉलेज जो है वो चित्त है, मतलब दैट इज कॉन्शियसनेस ओनली। Knowledge is consciousness only. So it is not the object, it is consciousness only. Consciousness means there is no triputi in that. The trio of knower, known, knowledge is not there.
लम्मा आप ईशावास्य का बता रहे थे, उसके पहले 6 मंत्र भी पूरी यही प्रोसेस है। ईशावास्य इदम सर्वम,
हाँ
पहले भगवान ईश्वर से सब कुछ आवृत करें, फिर वही मैं देख रहा था साथ साथ आप जब बोल रहे थे।
हाँ सही है, इसको भी रिवाइज करना है। ठीक है, तो हमारा 55th तक हुआ ना, 54 तक है। कहाँ तक हुआ? 54, नहीं कंफ्यूज हो। 55th पढ़ना है ना, चलो 55th पढ़। यावद्धेतुफलावेशः तावद्धेतुफलोद्भवः, क्षीणे हेतुफलावेशे नास्ति हेतुफलोद्भवः। यावद्धेतुफलावेशः तावद्धेतुफलोद्भवः, क्षीणे हेतुफलावेशे नास्ति हेतुफलोद्भवः। नास्ति हेतुफलोद्भवः। ठीक है, यावद हेतु फलावेशः, आवेश फलावेश, आवेश मतलब आइडेंटिफिकेशन, आवेश यावद जब तक, टिल हेतु एंड फलावेश इज देयर, टिल हेतु फलावेश means कार्य कारण effect is continuously going on yourself, till that I feel I am aham karta aham bhokta, till this goes on, this hetu and phalavesh is going on, tavat hetu phalodbhava, then he will continuously keep creating new hetu and phal in the form of new bodies, in the form of new circumstances, in the form of new thoughts, in the form of new seeds. Okay. Yavad, see again, Yavad hetu phalaveshah, till that identity of karta bhokta is maintained, hetu and phal continuously it is maintained. Tavad hetu phalodbhava, these new karta bhokta will continue to emerge. Till we have this identification, till then these new things will continue to emerge. He will get a new body. Kshine hetu phalaveshe, when this identification with the hetu and phala is gone, is destroyed, nasti hetu phalodbhava, simple, then there will be no phala and hetu udbhav. There will be no new creation of effect and cause. Very simple. So till we are identified with the hetu and phal, new hetu and phal will be born. When this disidentification takes place, the hetu and phal creation will stop emerging. Simple. Now let us come to the Bhashya. ये पुनः हेतुफलयोः अभिविनिष्टाः तेषां किं स्यात् इत्युच्यते. What will happen to them who are identified with the cause and effect? That this has been said. What totally we are completely identified to the cause and effect. What am I? Wherever I go, I am just going with an identity. I want to tell people what I have done, how I have done, what are my. This is what this cause and effect only about myself, about my body, about my identity, about my work, about my thoughts. All these things are connected. So here Hetwa means Kama, like Bhaktya Avesh is there, like Kama Avesh is there, like that Hetwa Avesh is there. There is one Avesh, I have identified, there is one Avesh in that, there is one intensity that pushes me towards expressing or towards desiring some cause or some effect in this world, and continuously I am like that. So Vyapti of becoming is there. That is why this sansar is called Bhava Sagar. Bhava, to become. Bhava Sagar. So Vyapti of becoming is there. If I do this, I'll become this. If I do not do this, I won't get this. I need that. I want to talk to that. If and then is put, it is called Hetu and Avesh. If and then. If I do this, then I'll get that. If I don't do this, I won't get this. So Karta, Bhokta, Sambandh, Success, Ahankar, Kam, Krodh, Rag, Dvesh, Moh, Ityadi, all is based on this if and then only. Continuously these things are hammering me from behind and I am going forward. These things are pushing me towards the sansar to become and then die and then again become. This is called Hetvavesh. So Kim Syad, it is said now, it is going to tell us what will happen. Dharma adharma khyasya hetoho aham karta mama dharma adharma tat phalam kalantare kvachit prani nikaye jatah. This dharma adharma khyasya called this thing called dharma and adharma. Heto aham karta. What is called dharma and adharma? This the hetu of that hetu is aham karta, my dharma, my adharma, karta mama dharma, adharma, tat phalam. What is the phal of this? All this starts from the thought of what? Of aham karta and aham bhokta only. Tat phalam. Kalantare kvachit prani nikaye. After some time in other body, this effect will come. प्राणी निकाये जातः भोक्ष्य इति यावद हेतु फलयोः आवेशः, and then he will enjoy the fruit there. Suppose a person is too much, like I see the kids, they are too much into non-vegetarian food. They cannot have vegetarian food at all. They want without non-veg food, as if they feel that their existence is not there. They cannot eat anything. What will happen if this continues, then this seed will become so intense that one day they will get another body to exhaust these vasanas, and that will be an animal body, not a human body. Because we cannot enjoy meat that much like those animals enjoy. The gusto with which the animal tears the prey and it eats the flesh, we cannot eat like that. But if the instinct is there inside, and if I want to enjoy that, next birth, animal birth, is fixed, is reserved for us. The gusto with which the cat drinks milk, if I like milk a lot, I morning, evening, afternoon, I have to have milk. Without milk, my day is not there. There are people like that, milk manias. So now next birth, it will become a cat. When if there's a lot of punya, he'll become a cat in a rich family and he'll get a lot of milk to drink. This is what is said. Kvachit prani nikaye jatah. He will get another body of some another prani. where he will exhaust that vasana that he has created himself. So it is a play of vasana, it is play of all the exhaustion of our vasanas that we have created. If we exhaust it here only, if we sublimate it here only, and just we become a little bit of fearful that next time this will generate another body for me, I will start rethinking and I will start sublimating all those vasanas that have been created by me unknowingly or knowingly, consciously or unconsciously. So it's a scary thing actually, very, very scary. So Jata, and here he is, Bhashyakar Bhagwan is directly telling us that if whatever vasana, and now if we are creating satsang vasana, naturally we are reserving human bodies because only a human body can do satsang. It is not, animal cannot do satsang. So similarly here, Jatah bhokshya iti यावद् हेतुफलयोः आवेशः हेतुफलाग्रह आत्मनि अध्यारोपणं तच्चित्त तत् इत्यर्थः. So here he is saying यावद् हेतुफलः, that means what? Hetu avesha, I will do this, I will do that. Phala means what? Phala means, phalavesha means I will enjoy this, I will enjoy that, I want this, I want that. So till I have this hetu avesh, that I want to do this and I have to enjoy this, phala and hetu avesh, aveshaha, there is avesh to complete some work, anything, whatever, we have to see our minds. Some people have avesh, a lot of avesh to work, they are called workaholics. Without work, they cannot stay. They need something, they need some work, they want, wherever they go, even when they are meditating, they'll find something to work. Meditation, yeah. Meditation, I'm working in my meditation. I'm thinking about something, some work, some project, something. They're workaholics. So avesha hetu phalagraha, he superimposes Atmani adhyaropanam. Adhyaropanam means he is superimposing Atmani on that Atma only. Phale hetu, the cause and the effect, the karta and the bhokta. He is superimposing on tat chitta tat ityartha. In that chitta only, he is superimposing the karta and bhokta, and now he has become identified with the work. Some people cannot leave the work. Some people, they want to continue with that same work. So whenever we are starting some work, we should see that we form a second line of that work also, that when we stop this work, somebody has to take it over. Otherwise, our mind has got one reason to continue. That who will do this after me? I've done so much. I was the pioneer to start this, and then if I stop this right now, who will continue? This will stop and it should not stop now. The mind has a reason. So before that only, whatever work we are entering into, continuously my mind should think about a second line of who will continue this work after I stop. So at the moment I enter, I should have a fixed timeline that when I have to exit also. In each and everything, even in Grahasthashram, even in everywhere, whatever projects we do, that I'm entering it for this much period only. After that, I'll go to Vanaprasthashram. I'll do some other project. I'll do some other work. It's not that I have entered once and I have to die there only. This is not right actually. Our Vedas don't preach this, don't advise this. So it does not mean that Grahasthashram has to be left and people should go to the forest and all. Even staying in the house, one can be a Vanaprasthi. Completely, he can be a Vanaprasthi. He can abide by the rules of Vanaprastha because he has a lot of attachments in his mind that has been created due to the characteristics of Grahasthashram, because Grahasthashram has been tailored like that. So it's not anybody's fault, but he has to again tailor his mind, reinvent the new things in his mind through the knowledge that he takes to satsang and everything, so that again he does not sow the seeds of another birth in this very birth. because the vasanas are lying there. And when the moment the vasanas are ripe, it will again give me a fruit. It will fructify into a bird. I don't know which bird. It can be a worm, it can be a fruit, it can be a tree, it can be a goat, it can be a sheep, it can be a cow, it can be an elephant in Kaziranga. I never know. It's scary. It can be a lion, it can be a fish. So many yonis are there. I don't know which one I have reserved for myself. Actually, it's scary. And these seeds are there inside, so we must hold on to the Lord and tell Him that please, all these vasanas, please, I don't want all the hetu and phala avesha. The faster I disidentify with all these vasanas, all these cause and hetus, the better I will be. Actually, we have very less time and a lot of work to do. Some people have the mania of going from destination to destination. Recently, when I went home, I met my very elderly lady. I know her since very childhood, and she's a single lady. She's a spinster, and she was a librarian, and she retired as a librarian. And you won't believe she has traveled more than 40 or 45 countries. With her pension, she gets a lot of pension. She stays alone. She's healthy also, does yoga and everything. And just she travels. So that is a mania now. Even going from one place to other. She wanted me to come and visit her. She stays in another town near my town. But then she was leaving again to some other country. So till you are going outside, external, these internal thoughts won't be there. You have some or the other vasana. See, there are two ways given in Bhagavatam also that you can finish the vasanas. Remember this, huh? All these things have to be remembered because it can be used for our sadhana. Like in Havan, when we are doing Havan, when we are doing the sacrificial official rituals, that time to stop the fire. Either there are two ways. Either we put a lot of ghee, then the fire will extinguish. Either we completely stop putting ghee, then also the fire will extinguish. Did you understand what I meant? There are two ways. So any vasana also can be handled in these two ways. I have to know my mind, know how to remove this vasana. Either do so much, you put pressure on your mind that your mind is tired, or just don't do anything. Just stop from doing. Stop your mind from acting on those vasanas, on those issues. So these are two ways that you can stop your mind. You can cater to the vasanas that are there in the mind. So here we have unnecessarily adhyaropit, superimposed the phala and hetu on the atma. Tavat hetu phalayoho udbhavah dharma dharmayoho tat phalasya cha anuchedena pravrittirityartha. Till that time, there is emergence of the hetu and phala. Till we are identified to the phala and hetu udbhava. So till then, this in the hetu and phal, cause and effect will also continuously rise. The moment I am into some work, so somebody will praise me that you have done such a lot, nice work. This work nobody has done till now. Only you started this and you are only doing it. Continue it. So I will feel, okay, this is a nice thing. I'm getting praises also. The next time when I do it, somebody comes and somebody tells me, press release should be done. It should be given in the press. Such a good work has been done. So I give in the press. Then more people know. My name is in the press. My name is in the newspaper. So many people are reading about it. Again, my vasana increases. So I am identified to one vasana. I am doing it, not to exhaust it, but it is the seed of the more vasanas. It is giving birth to more and more of cause and effects. So I will continue it. I won't stop it now because I'm enjoying it now. The enjoyship is there, bhokta. That is a dangerous bhokta inside. That is very, very dangerous. Wherever you start enjoying, just curb it. Otherwise, that enjoyer will become more and more. It will inflate. You have to puncture it sometimes. And puncture is done only through gyan. Bhagwan also is very good in puncturing our egos. When it inflates, when it expands, Bhagwan sometimes he will come with a pin and he will just puncture it. He's very good in all these things, especially Bhagwan Shri Krishna, Vishnu, Narayan Bhagwan, not Shivji. Please bole Baba. So here we should try to curb all those vasanas, try to bring in or try to stop those vasanas whenever it has started emerging or it's growing, not expanding. It's very, very essential. Otherwise, one thing will generate other vasanas, and this continues. Phala hetu, it will continue. I am telling you, even in spiritual organizations also. This is not an exception. Spiritual organization is also too much in the world. It's not a part that is away from the world or separate from the world. Same minds are here also. So here also we have to be careful. Very, very careful. If we are not doing karma yoga while doing action, we are in trouble. What is that shlok? What is that shlok? Chapter 3. See? Yagyathat karmanonyatra. Did you get it? Lokoyam karma bandhana, 9th shlok, chapter 3. Yagyathat karmanonyatra lokoyam karma bandhanaha tadartham karma kaunteya mukta sanga samachara. Got? So when you are doing it for karma yoga, when you are doing it for yagya, then you are saved. You are in the safe zone. But the moment you do it for yourself, lokoyam karma bandhana, then it becomes the source of all the bandhan because it is the phala and hetu. Phala and hetu is being created. Phalodbhavaha. Kshine hetu phalaveshe. How to make this ksheen? How to destroy it? Phala and hetu. Only by doing yagyathat karmanonya. Yagyathat karmana. If we do the karma for yagya only, for selflessly, if we are doing it for the Lord or for the higher altar in our lives, then we are saved. Then we are saved. Okay. So we have to nip in the bud. We have to curb it. We have to destroy it when it's just starting. And nipping in the bud is not easy because we have to identify it first. Nipping in the bud, you understand? Nipping in the bud. When it's just budding, we are nipping it. We are curbing it. We are pricking it, puncturing it. The bud only. Like when we are wanting to make a bonsai, suppose. So we cut those stems and we shape it like that. So when it's emerging only, we have to be very, very alert that, oh, this vasana is, I can hear the footsteps of my vasana coming. When I hear the footsteps of the vasana coming, that time only I have to be very, very alert. And secondly, the first step, the rag dvesh has to be reduced. Otherwise, if I have a lot of rag in that, then I won't nip it in the bud. I'll let it go. Okay, let me enjoy for a day or two. These things don't matter. Amma keeps on telling all these things. Mandukya keeps on telling all these things. So much Mandukya has said. It does not hold any water. 2 days let me do. After that, I will listen to Mandukya. I will listen to Amma. But those 2 days become very heavy because it has already generated some vasana in me. Okay. So yada. Okay. Anuchedena pravritti ityarthaha. So anuchedena, see, third tippani. Anuchedena means constantly or incessant activities are going on. Nairantaryena ityarthaha. So cha anuchedena pravritti ityartha. So incessant actions are going on. Continuously there is some phala hetu and continuously we create new fruits from old fruits. This pravritti goes on and on and on. There's no stopping and there's no looking back. Yadha punaha mantra aushadhi viryena eva grahaveshu. Like if somebody takes medicine or mantra, then graha avesha yathokta advaita darshanena avidyot bhuta hetu phalavesha pesha apanitaha bhavati. So effect of that bhut or effect of that graha etc. goes when we take some aushadhi mantra or some aushadhi is taken and that bhut on him that comes out, or some rog that has been cured by that medicine. Similarly by the Advait Vidya, the Hetu Phal which came from avidya, that goes away. The Hetu Phal that came from that avidya, that goes away by Vidya, by the Vidya, by Advaita Vidya. See again, Yada Punaha Mantra Aushadhi Viryena Eva. Viryena means what? Capacity. By the capacity of mantra and aushadhi. By the capacity of mantra and aushadhi. Graha Aveshaha. Graha Aveshaha Yathokta. Like the graha and avesh have been reduced or it has been taken out, it has been cured. Similarly, Advaita Darshanena, similarly by the Advaita Darshan, by the Vedanta Darshan, Avidyot Bhut. Avidyot Bhut means by the avidya that has the phala and hetu that has come out, the creation of the cause and effect that has been created by avidya. Hetu, avesha apanitaha, that will be destroyed. Apanita means that is controlled, contained, that is curbed, that is destroyed, that is limited. Apanita. Here, phaladeshaha should be there. Phalaveshaha should be there. Huh? In my book, it is written phaladeshaha. I don't know what is printed in your books. If it is phaladeshaha, make it phalaveshaha. Phalavesho apanita bhavati. Tada tasmin kshine nasti hetu phalodbhavaha. At that time, this avesha, tasmin means that aveshaha, aveshe. Aveshe, what happens? Hetu phala won't be there at all again. When we have stopped it by the vidya, by the Advaita Darshan, then this phala and hetu, that will stop. This is clear. Please revise it. We'll see it again on Monday. So we have completed the 55th shloka. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Shri Gurubhyo Namah. Hari Om.